Pretty simple for the Spartans. Easier said than done, though. You've got to try as best you can to slow the pace down of Emory. And certainly on the offensive side, work inside now. Turn this as much as you can into a half-court game. And then I think on the defensive side of the ball, Emory is going to get a lot of shots. The pace that they play will allow them to get a lot of shots. The Spartans have to be sure to limit the second and third chance opportunities, though, and do a good job on the glass.
Boyd turned it over, and immediately coming up the floor, it's Jake Davis in the post for 2 points, and Emory's got a 2-0 lead. So not exactly the start that Case had in mind, but Holman brings it up the floor for the Spartans, who are in their home whites. Thompson working on a high post. And with a nice little post move, he'll lay it up and in over the top of Alex Foster.
Hope to see a lot of that today from David Thompson. If the Spartans can slow the game down and control the inside, they'll be in good shape.
Jumper from Trawick just a little off, but first offensive rebound of the game. And this is Foster. Can't sneak it over the front of the rim. And Case brings it back up the floor. I talked to Tim Chung before the game and asked him what was kind of going through his head as he was looking forward to his final home game. And he said, I don't want to make too much of it. I just want to focus on kind of going out there and getting in a rhythm and hopefully knock off the Emory Eagles. A pretty Tim Chung-like answer if you know the young man. Chung has it on the left side. 10 to shoot for the Spartans. Holman with a step back from the left wing. It's just short. Thompson with the offensive rebound, but his heel was on the blue paint. Thompson felt he was pushed in the back, but Case will have to give it back to the Eagles.
That's also another key. If the Spartans can win the battle on the offensive glass as well, get themselves a few more opportunities, certainly that will help slow the pace down and help them trade blows with Emory throughout the afternoon.
These two teams right about the same mark in terms of rebounds per game, as the runner there for Michael Florin misfired and Case gets it back.
That's what you're looking for if you're the Spartans. Head coach Sean McDonald, you want to see those one-and-done opportunities.
You can see Coach Sean McDonald on your screen there. Well-respected leader of the Case men's basketball program the last 11 years. Holman works to Dane McLaughlin, now to Spencer Boyd on the right side. We've praised Boyd all season long for his upside. Chung for three, just off the mark. One and done for the Case offense on that trip down the floor. Emory turns it over. Great job by Boyd. Active hands on the defense.
There he is. That's what Spencer Boyd does for you. Still developing his game a little bit on the offensive side of the floor, but man, can he defend. He's one of the best defenders on this team, no doubt.
Alex Foster and Michael Florin leave the floor. Josh Shaddy and Jake Davis's younger brother, Max Davis, will replace the two of them. Tie ball game, early first half. Thompson has it poked away momentarily from the top of his head. Moving it to the left side and calling for the high screen. There is Holman. He had a lane, but Thompson was fouled. It's not a foul on Thompson, but instead a foul against Jake Davis. That's his first personal, team first. And Alex Foster barely had time for a cup of coffee on the bench before Jake Davis exits. So Davis will get a quick breather. No complaints from this corner that the best player in the conference is not on the floor for the Eagles.
Well, I think the coaching staff of the Spartans would like to see a little bit of that today. Wouldn't mind getting him in foul trouble.
Tim Chung doesn't turn it over too often. He lost the handle on that one, and the jump ball will give the possession arrow back to the Eagles. So good fight from the senior there, but a little mishandle.
You've always got to be on your toes against this Emory defense. They are very active with their hands.
This is one of the best free throw shooting teams in the country as well. Top 10 in the nation in free throws. Also the top scoring offense in the conference. Nice little move there through the left side, and it's an easy roll for McPherson Moore. 4-2 lead for Emory. Top scoring offense in the conference, but 20th in the country entering today's game. Holman tried to lob it into the high post, and pretty active hands on the defensive side, denied it, and it turns into 2 points the other way.
Naturally, you're going to encounter a lot of turnovers when you play a team the style of Emory. You don't want to help them out, though. That was a pass that should not have been made, and Jimmy knows that.
You know, even though Jimmy's a sophomore, I would argue his basketball IQ and his experience level are much more mature than that. There's a lot of reasons why Sean McDonald trusts him. Chung with a good ball fake. Now he'll give into the corner, and there's McLaughlin. He'll knock down the first long-distance shot of the game for either team and pull Case back within a point.
Boy, I wish I had a buck for every time I've seen Dane McLaughlin knock that shot down in the last 3 years.
Look at him play both ends of the floor as he rips away the ball from the Emory Eagles in the low post. McLaughlin, a pure shooter with good size. He likes to play around the perimeter, but can be physical when needed. Thompson drew the double team, so somebody was open, and Chung was blocked at the rim. Swatted away by the 6'8" junior Alex Foster. Emory also protects the basketball well. 17th in the country out of 410 teams, mind you, in turnover margin. And another layup there on the offensive side for Foster. He's off to a good start.
That one looked a little too easy from where we're sitting, Brendan.
It was kind of surprising the way he slid through the paint, and then I think he found himself more open than he anticipated. 5 minutes gone by in the opening half. Case trails by a triple. Holman looking to find Thompson underneath. He puts it up and in, and he's going to the line for one more.
Great job there by Jimmy Holman, working his way into the lane and then finding David Thompson, and David able to use that size advantage he has down low. And we've seen that quite a bit this year.
Austin DeGue going to make his first appearance along with Davis Rao. Michael Florin back on the floor. Holman picks up yet another assist, and Thompson at the stripe. He's only a 61% free throw shooter and a little too strong on that effort. 8-7 ball game. So far, Case playing with Emory pretty well. Good rotation on the defensive side, forces some traffic in the middle, and I think Thompson may have got a piece of that. Chung brings it up the floor. He's played 32 minutes of ball game, folks. Dane McLaughlin at 35. Those two guys have played more minutes a game than most players in the UAA. Emory's got a tough schedule down the stretch as well. After this weekend, they'll go to Wash U in Chicago next week. Triple in the corner just off the rim. Spencer Boyd looking for a putback. It's up and in, and another foul.
A little bit of Spencer Boyd there. Certainly a guy known for his defense, but Spencer making things happen on the offensive side. That's a very good sign there for the Spartans.
Good to see him in his first start of the season as Connor Adell will replace David Thompson. Adell from Akron, Ohio, a 6'9" junior forward. Boyd trying to make it a three-point play, and he's unable to. Friday night when Adell and Thompson were on the floor together, Case was electrifying. Right now, they subbed in and out for each other. There's a mismatch in the low post and a friendly roll for Austin DeGue. Emory regains the lead.
Putting your two bigs on the floor, Thompson and Adell, is certainly something you can do against a team like Rochester. Against Emory, probably not so much because of that fast pace and the constant pressure they're going to apply on defense.
Nick, talk about the frustration for Case having lost Julian Person for a little while here.
Julian is the most versatile player on this roster. He can do so many things well. He scores. He's obviously got great size for his position, brings a great effort on the defensive side of the ball, but certainly having Spencer Boyd in there today is not a huge step down, especially on defense.
High off the window, and it doesn't roll in for the Eagles. And stepping on the out-of-bounds line after missing the shot was Jake Davis. Well, Case has hit 4 of their first 9 shots, but their 5 turnovers have hurt them a little bit. As you take a look down at the end of that bench, Spartans with some smiles, even a yawn in there. I guess it still is Sunday morning. Nah, just crept into the afternoon. Holman on the right side of the floor as they swing it around the arc. Case has the only 3 in the ball game when McLaughlin hit that one in the left corner. Chung strong through the lane, and he lays it in. 11-10 ball game, back and forth. These teams trading buckets and trading lead changes.
That's another key for the Spartans here early on. Hang around. Don't let this game get out of hand at all. That's what's happened the last few meetings. If they can hang around, they will certainly be in this all afternoon.
First foul by the Spartans. Dane McLaughlin is the culprit. Under 13 to play in the first half. Emory with the ball, trying to retake the lead as they trail by 1. On the left side, Davis with it in the high post, backing down Boyd. Spencer Boyd, I think, got just a fingernail on it and forced a miss from one of the best scorers in the country. Holman with a good look underneath, and McLaughlin finishes.
Great defense there leads to great offense down on the other side of the floor.
Good transition game, and Holman a little bit too physical with Michael Florin, so Holman picks up his first, team's second, and Florin will go to the free throw line, where he is probably the only guy in the starting lineup for Emory who you'd like to see at the stripe. As a team, they hit 78% of their free throws. That's incredible, but Florin's hit only 61%. Nothing but net on the first try, and it's a 13-11 game.
Well, you pretty much threw a reverse jinx there. You talk about his lack of
hey, you know, I do what I can.
Ability at the line, and there he goes and hits one. Usually it's the other way around. You get a person to the line who hasn't missed in a week. You know, Friday night in the women's game, Brooke Orcutt got to the line. She was 33 of 34 going in, and she misses both.
Missed her first 2, but she hit the 2 down the stretch when they counted to seal the deal.
She sure
and
did.
Win the ball game against Rochester. Florin hits them both. It's 13-12.
Matt Clark on the floor now for the
Just going to say, Matt Clark, the sophomore from St. Louis, makes his first appearance here as Chung raises from beyond the perimeter, just a little off. Matt Clark played some good minutes on Friday night. McPherson Moore steps a foot inside the arc. Chung goes up and tips it to Boyd. Good teamwork on the defensive boards. Only 1 offensive rebound for Emory through the first almost 8 minutes and change of this game.
There you go, limiting those second chance opportunities.
It has helped Case with a 1-point lead. Fade away on the left baseline, missed everything from a left-handed forward.
You don't see that very often.
No, they're usually pretty accurate.
That actually looked like a shot I threw up when I was shooting around this morning with assistant coach Jeff Gorski.
Trey Wick dishes it off. Foster too strong from the right corner. 11:20 left in the first half of the final home game this season. Boy, the home floor been nice for the Spartans. Only 2 losses against Heidelberg in the Bill Sudak Invitational around Christmas time, and then against Wash U a couple of weeks ago. McLaughlin hits another 3, and Case will call a 30-second timeout. The Spartans off to a good start, lead it by 4, almost 9 minutes in. We'll be back after this.
This year, Qdoba will cater like 10,000 parties.
Where? When? I'm there.
Well, these parties are hypothetical. I was just talking about Qdoba catering. Hot taco bars with fire-grilled chicken and marinated steak, flour tortillas and taco shells. You'll also get their hand-smashed guacamole, cheese, sour cream, lettuce, and salsa. They'll deliver to your home or office, and they'll even set it up.
Can I bring a guest?
Oh, boy. Visit Qdoba.com today for more information about Qdoba catering. Qdoba Mexican Grill. More to explore.
Back at Horsburgh Gymnasium, Brendan Gulick and Nick Minard with you, and a little 4-point cushion for Case, their largest of the game. Nick, anything stand out to you in particular on the stat sheet?
Well, obviously I talked about it early on. Got to limit the second chance opportunities for Emory. The Eagles only 1 offensive rebound to this point, 5 of 14 from the field. Spartans would certainly like to see that percentage continue.
That's a mismatch underneath. Jake Davis and Spencer Boyd were going at each other. There was a hold called underneath the basket on Spencer Boyd, so he'll pick up his first personal, and I don't think the Case coaching staff was too thrilled with the call.
No, they're looking for an explanation there, and I don't think you ever get an explanation as a coach that you agree with.
Moore swings it to the left side. Here's Shaddy coming to the paint. They'll dish it out as they swing it around the arc. Nice little give and go and a finish for Shaddy. Davis Rao with the assist. And Emory immediately into that full court press.
Matt Clark's a guy we would have seen a lot more of this year. He dealt with some injuries towards the middle part of the season.
Boyd went up strong and certainly drew contact. Nice crossover, and Florin finishes it. Tied at 16 apiece.
The head coach, Sean McDonough, is fuming after that no call down at the other end.
That on top of the call that went against him on the defensive side of the floor. All square halfway through the opening period. Case and the top scoring team in the conference, Emory, knotted at 16. McLaughlin with a nice ball fake, he can't finish. Connor Adele no good on the tip. And McLaughlin, or rather it's Thompson that saved it. We've got the two bigs in there right now as they did on Friday night. We'll see if this group today is able to be a profitable one.
Now's the time where you can really take advantage of that. You have the size differential. You have it on a couple spots on the floor. The Spartans need to find a way to work that ball inside.
Well, they've got it there right now. Thompson spins around and swishes it. 18-16 Spartans. Emory in transition. This is where they thrive, and they take a 1-point lead on the triple.
Boy, they don't waste any time, do they?
No, not at all. McPherson Moore with the three-point shot, and you know, it brings up kind of an interesting point if you want to cross-reference sports. That new rule that was proposed in college football for this upcoming year about snapping the ball within the first 30 seconds. I'd love to know how many times Emory shoots the ball with only 5 or 6 seconds ticked off the shot clock.
I think many of the coaches in the UA wouldn't mind implementing some sort of rule when they play the Eagles.
No doubt about that. Clark saw an opening and had it stripped from behind. Davis around, not giving up on it. McLaughlin and Holman going to come back on the floor. Matt Clark, Connor Adele having a seat. And coming back in the ballgame for Emory here is Alex Foster. He'll replace Josh Shaddy. Will Trawick also returns. Trawick will spare Davis Rao.
Get a good look there at the architect of this Emory program, Jason Zimmerman, another very well-respected coach around the country.
There's some very successful programs in the University Athletic Association. Holman with little time to shoot it, had no choice. Had a pretty decent look at it, but couldn't finish it. Emory by 1, trying to add to their lead here midway through the first half. Jake Davis has been far less a factor so far in this ball game than he was the first time these two teams played. Davis in the low post. Boyd plays good defense, good help. And nothing more you can do about that. That was just better job on the offensive side. It's a 21-18 game.
That's always a decision you have to make going in when you face a team with a caliber of player like that. Do you really focus in on trying to stop that player, or do you figure that player is going to do what they do anyway? Let's limit the opportunities for the other players on the floor. It's always an interesting situation.
Holman with the jab step. Less than 7 to shoot now for the Spartans. Holman finds Thompson and he finishes on the left side.
Jimmy Holman making things happen.
He's been doing it all year. Thompson just a little too slow coming up. And David's begging for some help from his teammates. Big man scored on one end of the floor. He's the last guy coming up. And he still almost made the play.
Good effort there by David. Boy, if you had to put a comparison with this Emory team to a college football team, you'd certainly throw the name out there like Baylor or Texas Tech, and then they are just in a hurry with everything they do.
And they pressure you to feel the same way on the defensive side. Same spot, same result. McPherson Moore makes it a 26-20 game, and Sean McDonald says, okay, time to regroup. 7 minutes left in the first half. Full timeout by the Spartans. It's their second. We return after this timeout here on athletics.case.edu.
Cleveland Marriott downtown at Key Center offers the versatility and reliability to meet your unique travel and meeting needs. From smart spaces to practical amenities to world-class service, our flagship hotel will deliver the quality experience you expect, backed by the Marriott name you trust. At Cleveland Marriott, we have one goal: to serve you better. Book your special Case Western Reserve rate by visiting us at clevelandmarriottdowntown.com and entering promotional code C0N.
I have this cool cash. What can I do with it? You can turn it into a hot meal at Rascal House. It's the best value in town. What do they have there? Buckets of wings, pasta, sandwiches, salads, and of course, great pizza. Are they open late? You bet. Open every night till 2:30 a.m. And you can even build your own pizza and order it online at rascalhousepizza.com. Cool. See you at the Spartans game? Yep, and see you after at Rascal House.
Case burns their second timeout after the first one didn't quite do the trick. A 12-4 run by the Emory Eagles between the 4 minutes of play between timeouts. And Emory with a back-to-back triples up the floor. We got a 26-20 lead. McLaughlin, Holman, Boyd, Chung, Thompson on the floor for the Case Spartans, who have the ball offensively here. Holman in the backcourt, they're going to feel a man-to-man pressure. It's been a man-to-man defense all game long for the Eagles, who, by the way, have pretty sharp jerseys. I really like those.
Well, they really stand out in the crowd, no doubt. The really almost yellow tinted gold.
Changing up the offensive play, and McLaughlin caught the ball, turned around and shot it and scored. Didn't waste any time once they decided what they wanted to do. 26-22 is Emory on the right side of the floor. Moves it around the perimeter. Physical play, poked away by Chung, no foul call, he brings it up. Chung gives off, Boyd drives, and he's blocked. Spencer Boyd keeps it alive, though. A lot of nervous energy in the offensive floor right now for Case. I'm going to try to pull it out and regroup.
Well, you could hear Coach McDonald, too, yelling to his team to relax. They have possession of the ball now. This is when they can slow things down, control the pace a little bit.
Case has hit 10 of 21 shots so far against an Emory defense that usually only allows teams to shoot 43%. David Thompson, who tries from distance, just a little bit off. Moore through the paint, spins and fades away, no good. Offensive putback doesn't go. A third opportunity coming, maybe in a minute. Foster dishes underneath, and Moore finishes what he started.
Well, that's what you just can't have. This team is going to get a lot of shots in a game. You can't have them get 3 or 4 on one possession. Eventually, that's going to add up, and you're going to find yourself behind.
On Friday, Case had really played well with Rochester in the probably second third of the first half. In the last third of the first half, let Rochester get out to a big lead. And with now 5:11 left in the first half, they've got to be careful that they don't give Emory too much cushion. Case was running into the locker room on Friday night. And a timeout here by the Eagles as Jake Davis spins around and puts another one up and in. Emory wants the full timeout. We'll take it with them. 5 minutes left in the opening half. We'll be back.
This year, Qdoba will cater like 10,000 parties.
Where? When? I'm there.
Well, these parties are hypothetical. I was just talking about Qdoba catering. Hot taco bars with fire-grilled chicken and marinated steak, flour tortillas and taco shells. You'll also get their hand-smashed guacamole, cheese, sour cream, lettuce, and salsa. They'll deliver to your home or office, and they'll even set it up.
Can I bring a guest?
Oh, boy. Visit Qdoba.com today for more information about Qdoba catering. Qdoba Mexican Grill. More to explore.
Cleveland Marriott Downtown at Key Center offers the versatility and reliability to meet your unique travel and meeting needs. From smart spaces to practical amenities to world-class service, our flagship hotel will deliver the quality experience you expect, backed by the Marriott name you trust. At Cleveland Marriott, we have one goal: to serve you better. Book your special Case Western Reserve rate by visiting us at clevelandmarriottdowntown.com and entering promotional code C0N.
There's a look inside the huddle here at Case. Just 5 minutes to go in the opening half. The Spartans trailing by their largest deficit of the game here, 8 points. And as the Spartans try to figure out what they've got to do to slow Emory's pace down a little bit, they also need to find a way to continue to capitalize on their looks at the rim. Case has missed their last couple shots, and they've allowed Emory to shoot it at a 52% clip. But like you said, Nick, they've done a good job with limiting Emory's second chance opportunities. Only 3 offensive rebounds and 2 of them alone in that last possession.
Well, and the Spartans have gotten the good looks out there. The ball just hasn't wanted to fall for them a couple of times. As Dane McLaughlin slips there. Not sure if there was contact, but head coach Sean McDonald certainly thinks there was.
Technical foul has just been assessed to Dane McLaughlin as he either slipped or tripped, whatever the case may have been. He was teed up for apparently throwing the ball in the general direction of Case's bench.
A technical foul on Dane McLaughlin. You probably would never imagine you would hear that throughout Dane's career.
He's standing there, and senior guard Tim Chung goes and pats him on the hip. And Dane just has a smile on his face. Dane will have a seat.
Dane is about as mild-mannered young man as you will come across. Excellent student athlete.
2 shots in the ball, and the 10th best free throw shooting team in the country cannot fully capitalize as Jake Davis misses the front end.
Well, the Spartan coaching staff is continuing the discussion with the officials here, and it does not look like it's going to end well with both sides being satisfied.
Emory will inbound in the backcourt as Jason Zimmerman tries to jazz his team back up. 4:52, and all of a sudden the air has been kind of taken out of Horsburgh Gymnasium. We'll see if Case can reignite the spark. In the low post, this is Shaddy. Shaddy got it right back. South of the free throw line, he'll give off to Florin again. Looking for an opening, Florin gives off. Davis goes baseline. Thompson with a strong move. Apparently had more than the ball. And David Thompson commits his first personal.
The Spartans need to take a deep breath here, relax. Don't let the emotions of the game affect their play right now.
Davis, who just hit 1 of 2 from the line, hits the first. 4.5 minutes left in the first half. This is the largest lead of the game for the Emory Eagles at 32-22. And Davis hits them both.
The Spartans have been no strangers to coming from behind this year. I mean, we saw it on Friday, so maybe they've got Emory right where they want him.
Well, they definitely need to give themselves something to hang their hat on going into the locker room. Holman gives to Adele, right back to Holman. Got to get across midcourt here in a couple of seconds, and Holman will do so in time. Nothing like maybe a Tim Chung three-pointer to get things back in the right direction.
I think Sean McDonald here will take any type of bucket he could get.
Beautiful crossover. Can Boyd finish? Yes.
How about Spencer Boyd so far today?
First start of the season, and the sophomore has been sensational. And Case forces a one and done for Emory on the other end, who again wastes no time in trying to answer. They're right in their comfort zone. It's a 9-point game, 3:44 left. Thompson working on a much smaller guard, and he goes over the top of Florin and misses and slaps his knee in frustration as he runs up the floor.
David's had good looks at the rim like that. The ball sometimes just does not go down for you, but if he keeps getting those good looks, they're going to start to drop.
Thompson's got 8 points, and Josh Shaddy with the jumper makes it a 35-24 game. Case turns it over. Emory tries to answer again, lost it underneath and regained control. And another layup from McPherson Moore.
That turnover there is a very good example of what you cannot do against this team. You cannot find yourself spaced out across the floor where you're going to be required to throw long passes. This is not a team you can survive against if you're throwing long passes across the floor.
Nice crowd on hand here for a Sunday afternoon for the final home game of the season for the Case Spartans. They've got 3 regular season games left, all on the road. As Thompson raises from distance, Connor Adele with the second chance opportunity. And Case wants a 30-second timeout as they try to continue to close this gap little by little here at the end of the first half. 2:34 remaining. Case trails by 11 on athletics.case.edu.
I have this cool cash. What can I do with it? You can turn it into a hot meal at Rascal House. It's the best value in town. What do they have there? Buckets of wings, pasta, sandwiches, salads, and of course, great pizza. Are they open late? You bet. Open every night till 2:30 a.m. And you can even build your own pizza and order it online at rascalhousepizza.com. Cool. See you at the Spartans game? Yep. And see you after at Rascal House.
Let's look at Horsburgh Gymnasium on the campus of Case Western Reserve University. It's been fun bringing you Case basketball all season long between both the men and women, double headers. And we've had football season back in the fall. This will be the last webcast here on Media Vision for quite a while, but we'll bring football season to you next fall. And don't blink, because it'll be here before you know it. Brendan Gulick and Nick Minard here with you on Sunday afternoon. Case struggling a little bit, but trying to shorten the deficit here at the end of the first half. Jake Davis, with 24 points per game, commits an offensive foul after trying to clear out on that low post, and Spencer Boyd with $1 million smile. He is more than holding his own today. Boyd may only have 4 points in this one, Nick, but he's doing so many things that extend beyond the stat sheet and helping Case stick around.
Oh, his effort on the defensive side of the ball is top-notch. And not only does he give the effort, he's physical, but he does it in an effective way where he's not putting himself in position to be called for the foul.
Holman with a double dribble, and he knew it. As he rolls the ball to the far sideline, it's picked up by a couple of the Case women's basketball players. They'll be in action here 20 minutes after this one gets over.
It's got to be a rough day to be a point guard when you're playing against Emory. I mean, you just have to feel like the game is moving 1,000 miles a minute.
McPherson Moore, another three-point try. That one was tipped out of bounds by Foster for Emory. And as he retreats back defensively, the Spartans take it back with less than 2 minutes to play in the opening frame.
McPherson Moore off to a really good start, though, for the Eagles today, already with 14 points, 6 of 10 from the field, 2 of those being three-pointers.
Yeah, and he's had some easy looks right at the rim. He's also done some good boxing out. Tim Chung, the three-point specialist. This is just a little long and a little to the right. And as the Eagles bring it up the floor, Chung goes to play defense around the perimeter.
Tim now 0 for 4 from beyond the arc.
Nice little floater. The putback doesn't go from Davis Rao. Rao found the nice opening. This team either shoots it from beyond the perimeter or slashes right at the hoop. Not a lot of jump shots for the Emory Eagles.
Well, whichever they do, it's in a hurry. They don't take their time making that decision.
A little miscommunication and some pretty clear frustration on the deflated looks of the Spartans right now. Thompson, Holman, Adele all seem to be scratching their heads. 1 minute to play in the opening half. Emory leads by 11.
Well, certainly a frustrating first half, but as another easy bucket goes down for Emory there. The Spartans have to realize, though, they are only down 13 at this point. They are more than capable of making a comeback here. They just have to stabilize, see if they could trim a point or two off of this deficit going into halftime, and then from there regroup.
And with Case and their ability to shoot the three, might not take long to trim a deficit like that.
Well, you don't expect Tim Chung to be 0 for 4 from beyond the arc. Tim did not set the school single-season record for threes by accident. He will get going here eventually.
How is Thompson not pushed in the low post?
I think he asked that same question, maybe not in the same words.
Trying to figure it out, too. They're clearing everything out. Emory will likely have the last shot here in the first half. Michael Florin, the point, dribbles right in front of us here at the scores table. Less than 10 seconds to go. Florin gets the screen. He'll pop a deep two and nail it.
Too easy.
And the final horn blows after some physicality underneath the basket.